Off we go. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on the BWC Network. I am Ryan Hartson. It is a pleasure to be here previewing the NFL weekend with you. Corey is off this week, so you got me. All right. So where are we going to start? We're continuing on with our three-part NFL preview. We feel that having that three-part NFL preview is an excellent way of getting the stories out there, getting the opinions out there, and getting the picks. So, of course, we will go through the storylines. We have a few of them this week, and then we'll break down every game in two parts. At the end of part two, of course, we will pick every game. Or I will pick every game because my partner is off this week. So, let's get started. Cam Newton versus Blaine Gabbert. It's not the biggest storyline, but I like to start with it because, honestly, I am completely captivated by Cam Newton. I am just totally captivated. I don't know what it is about him. He has a bravado. He throws the ball very well. He's very accurate. At times, he looks like a 10-year veteran of the NFL. At times, he still looks like a rookie. He is a very good quarterback. He is much, much better than I thought he would be. But as I continue to say, we have to move forward. We can't talk about what I thought before the NFL draft. That doesn't matter anymore. Now it's about what is he doing on the field. And he's been brilliant. 400 yards in back-to-back games. He's still throwing picks. He makes a couple of bad throws. But he is a playmaker. And that is scary for the league. Because when he figures it out, it is going to be very, very special. So, Cam Newton is a great prospect. He is playing a team they might actually be able to beat this week, which is interesting. On the other side of that, Blaine Gabbert, who I thought was the best quarterback in the draft last year, clearly I might be wrong in that. In fact, he might be the one that flops, but you never know. Gets his first start. They had enough of Luke McCown throwing 4 interceptions against the Jets, so there's that. Now it's going to be Gabbert. He's going to Carolina. It's a surprisingly difficult place to play, so I'm intrigued by Blaine Gabbert as well. These two picks playing against each other. It's been seen a few times before, but the matchups haven't exactly been of Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning, you had one Hall of Famer out of that group. David Carr and somebody else, the first two quarterbacks in that draft, that was an awful football. Was that David Carr and Matt Leinart or something? No, those are two completely different drafts. Matt Leinart played somebody else in his draft, and, I think you had Tim Couch and Achilles Smith, too. These terrible matchups, so we'll see how these guys turn out. Newton looks to be a player. Is Gabbert? We have no idea, but we will get our first taste of him on Sunday. Moving on to maybe the biggest storyline of the weekend, the New England Patriots go into Buffalo to take on the 2-0 Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I'm not buying. I can't buy Buffalo. The defense is iffy. Ryan Fitzpatrick hasn't convinced me yet, and I'm just not ready to call them contenders. I'm not. Look who they beat. The Kansas City Chiefs, who are the worst team in the league. And then they beat an Oakland team, and it was a shootout. And both teams are kind of average and going nowhere. The Bills are 2-0 as a result of their schedule. Are they for real? No, they're not for real. I don't know why people are struggling with this week. Oh, the Bills, maybe they're... No. Don't struggle with this. It's still the Bills. Wake up, America. I talked about this on Monday. All of a sudden, oh, the Bills, they're amazing. No, calm down. They played 2 games against a bad team and an average team. Now they're playing New England. These are the big boys. What are you going to do against Brady? I mean, they are going to handle this. The Patriots are going to be like, all right, everybody, it's still us. We're still the Patriots, and they are still Buffalo. So how are they going to react to that? But if the Bills play well in this game and keep it close, the Bills might be a little more for real than previously expected, which is intriguing. So the Bills are intriguing, but are they for real? No. They're a cute story. That's it. Now, in what could be the upset of the week, the New York Jets are going to see the Oakland Raiders. As opposed to last week where we had a lot of West Coast teams coming east, now we have an East Coast team going west, which is sometimes, yeah, I mean, obviously it's equally as hard. Going to the other coast to do anything, let alone play a football game, is extremely difficult. So, how are the Jets going to react? And you're also playing an Oakland team that is very physical, has not played a home game yet. The Jets don't have a running game. They don't. And Sanchez is sometimes amazing and sometimes kind of average. He played great against the Cowboys. It's the best game I've ever seen him play. Against the Jaguars, he was like, okay. Threw a couple picks. So, how's Mark Sanchez going to react to a difficult environment? And how are the Raiders going to do against one of the big boys in the AFC? Because the Jets are that. At least the Jets are right there with New England for winning that division. I said this last week on Monday. The Jets are good enough to compete with New England to win the division. The Jets look very good to me. It's more about the Cowboys game than the Jaguars game because, it was the Jaguars. It's not that big a deal. But the Jets are interesting. How are you going to react to going to the other coast and playing? So we'll see with that. And a couple more for you. Tony Romo and Mike Vick both got hurt. A couple NFC East quarterbacks. Romo, broken rib, punctured lung. Is he going to play? We have no idea. We aren't sure. I mean, we have no idea. Is he going to be okay? Is he not? We don't know. And if he plays, is he going to play well? It's at home. It's against the Redskins. It's a Monday night game, so he has that extra day to kind of heal up. How's he going to react to that? I don't know what Romo's going to do. You'd like to see him play. But the Cowboys are 6-point favorites at home against the Redskins. Now, they're a 2-0 team, similar to the Bills. They haven't played anybody good quite yet. But if it's John Kitna out there instead of Tony Romo, the Redskins can win that game and be 3-0. And then, they might be for real. But you got to wait around. We're not ready to make total judgments yet, but we can use a bit of the information we have to kind of react. And the Redskins are an interesting thing going in. If Romo doesn't play, they have a great chance to win the game. If Romo plays and he's able to play well, then all of a sudden it's like, same old Redskins. So we will see with that. And on the other side, Mike Vick, playing the Giants, had a concussion, bit his tongue open, and blood went everywhere. That was great. And how's he going to play? Is he okay? The Giants are talking about, hitting him, and they want him to play and all that, and I'm not going to get into that. I don't really care. But how's Mike Vick going to react coming back from a concussion? You're more likely to get hurt immediately afterward. You're more liable to concussions. So we'll see how Vick handles that. Both those injuries are very interesting. Vick is definitely playing against the Giants. Difference is he going to play well? Again, we will see. It's just, I have questions. Sunday, hopefully we will have some answers. Last but not least, are the surprise teams for real? The Redskins and the Bills, I would consider the surprise teams. The Lions we saw coming. Did I think they were going to be as good as they appear to be? No. Are they going to fall back? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on how the secondary holds up against better football teams. Again, they've played Tampa, which is good, but then they played Kansas City, which, 48-3. It looked dominant, but it was the Chiefs, so you kind of throw that out as well, similar to the Bills. But the Lions, we kind of saw coming, so it's like we expect a bit more from them, and we're just not impressed quite yet. I'm impressed with the Lions, but I'm not impressed, I'm not surprised. The Bills and Redskins are surprises for other people. Now, the Redskins played a banged-up Giants team at home, so I knew they were going to win that game. And then they played Cardinals, West Coast team coming east, noon game, 1 o'clock game for East Coast people. So I figured they were going to get that one too. So now you go into Cowboys Stadium, you're playing an actual team that isn't banged up or average, or they're a bit banged up, but they're not average. Cowboys are good. So how are the Redskins going to play against the Cowboys? It's a little different level of competition, is it not? And, we'll see. Again, this is a we will see kind of week. Like, I have a lot of questions based on the first 2 weeks. Can we get some answers now? As for the Bills, they play New England. They've played a couple of average teams, one bad team, one average team. How are they going to do against the Patriots? These are the big boys. Brady, Welker, Albert Hainsworth, whatever the hell that means, Vince Wilfork, Belichick. What are you going to do against Belichick? It's at home. It's a big game. A lot of media, a lot of press, a lot of buzz around the Bills right now. And New England might just go in there and shut them down. Again, we will see. So, there you go. All right, we will take a break, and we will break down every game in the National Football League coming up next. And then at the end of part 2, we will pick the games. Good stuff. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on the BWC Network.